Yo, Mo3, he knew what was up. He like, nah, let me try to go and get and grab my, you know what I mean? Damn, bro, it's crazy. I thought niggas usually had a gun on their lap. I know cars is driving, but imagine you driving by, you see a nigga getting chased down on a highway. You like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What up, YouTube? You clicked the title, you read the page, so I'ma just get to the point. Rapper Yella Beezy. You gotta say it like that, because that's how the news reports be saying. They be like, rapper Yella Beezy. So rapper Yella Beezy done found himself into some shit. Now, if you don't know what's going on, Yella Beezy has been officially arrested, bro. They arrested homie. Now he got a bond hearing because apparently they saying that he paid to get Mo3 head knocked off his shoulders. Now, rest in peace to Mo3. I'm a huge fan of that song. Everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partner. And that's a fact. And I say that to say, man, we always losing our talented young black men way too soon. Cry for the vibe, man. Let's get into it. Yella Beezy has bond reduced at hearing. Who's this? Fox 4? Shout out to Fox 4.
Place based off of cell phone data of when the defendant was in
Rapper Yella Beezy. All right, that's my last time.
Another state, and then we came back to Texas. So we believe we have a time frame. As far as the exact date, I do not have it this time.
Anything else, Mr. Smith?
No, Your Honor. Permission to publish, Your Honor.
Yes. You don't want the lights off?
Hey, yo, that's how I talked about bitches. Like, yo, you want the lights off or what? You know what I mean? But the first time, lights is on. I need to see everything.
It's at the court's discretion.
Oh.
And Your Honor, this is, just for context, this is approximately noon on I-35 heading northbound. This video is taken from a Kroger 18-wheeler, and this is heading north I-35 into downtown Dallas on noon on November 11, 2020.
So now this is the video. I'm not sure why they chose to show the videos. Like, we already know what happened. But I guess you gotta show it for like the jury and all that. But regardless of the fact though, like, I hate stuff like this because like if you the family member, like you don't want to see this shit again. But you know you gotta do what you gotta do. Especially if he actually did have something to do with this, then you know they gotta play out all the parts. But yo, I say that to say I don't know how you niggas is trying to commit crime. He said we got this video from an 18-wheeler. Like, you know what I mean? You're not even thinking. You trying to catch a body. You're not even thinking, oh, shit, it's a camera on this truck. It's a camera on this Tesla. It's a camera somebody probably on live stream right now. Stop doing it. You're not going to get away with it. We are being watched. We're being watched. Okay, stop. Just go fight or something.
Now, Your Honor, if I could draw the court's attention, if you look on the...
I'm about to say, bro, tell us what we supposed to be looking at, bro. You want to be showing videos and shit?
Stop this video at 19 seconds. You see a gold sedan in the far left lane and a black sedan in the second lane to the left. The gold sedan will be the vehicle carrying the victim, and the black sedan is the vehicle driven by Q1 White, who is then the shooter, based off of the evidence we have.
Okay.
Reckless. This is just really sloppy. Like, really, really sloppy. Mo3, he knew what was up. He like, nah, let me try to go and grab my, you know what I mean? Damn, bro, it's crazy. I thought niggas usually had a gun on their lap. I know cars is driving, but imagine you driving by, you see a nigga getting chased down on a highway. You like, what the fuck? What the you step on the gas. Like, what the? That shit crazy, bro. That just goes to show you that niggas would do anything for money. The nigga wasn't even thinking straight. Like, how did you even feel like you was gonna get away with this, bro? Like, how?
Your Honor, I'm going to stop this at 1 minute and 37 seconds. The victim does not return into the frame. The only other things that the state would like to proffer as far as this bond hearing, since the court does not have a probable cause affidavit, of course, since it's a grand jury referral, defendant Q1 White was also indicted. You do have his murder probable cause affidavit.
That's basically the actual shooter. That's what the alleged shooter.
From 2020. He was also indicted at that same time in cause number F2175377 for Dr. Randall Graham, who also sustained injuries, a neurosurgeon who was heading north on I-35 that day.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you doing reckless crime, bro. It's people that ain't got nothing to do with it. Innocent bystanders. That shit crazy.
And was struck as well. However, he did survive. And finally, Your Honor, the last thing that I would proffer at this time would be that there were a total of 44 fired cartridge casings, all from the same style of firearm as far as the caliber, that were recovered on the freeway on November 11, 2020. And at this time, Your Honor, state arrest.
The defense.
Judge, this time.
All right, let's see if Yellow Beezy lawyer about to cook. Let's hear him cook.
I call Miss Alexander to the stand.
And raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that in all matters before the court you will tell the truth, the whole truth,
And nothing but the truth.
Miss Alexander, could you introduce yourself to the court and spell your last name for the court reporter?
Yes, my name is Alma Jean Alexander, Alexan.
Now, when you tell the judge you retired from Dallas County in 2014, what was your occupation?
Deputy.
And when did you move to Dallas County?
I was born in.
That's one thing I hate about the court. They be like, hell, like bullshit. But they gotta ask that shit.
That even if you're not on Facebook, I mean, this stuff was on TMZ. I think your grandson even did an interview on TMZ with those folks on live TV about this. So you're aware that there was a back and forth going on in this city involving your grandson as well as Mr. Noble, the complainant in this capital murder case. You're aware of that at least, right?
Yes, somewhat.
Okay. Is that the reason your grandson felt the need to get a bulletproof Denali?
No, he felt the need because people are jealous and you don't know who's gonna do what, when or where.
That's a fact.
Now, are you aware of whether or not he had to, if a Denali comes that way off the lot, or do you have to actually pay money to get something like that done?
I have no idea how it happened, where it happened, why it happened. I just know he had it.
Sure. And as far as your grandson being in custody for approximately 8 days, defense asked you initially how long he'd been in jail and if he was able to make a $2 million bond. And your initial answer was, no, he hasn't. And then when they followed up with whether or not he could make a $2 million bond, that's when you said, no, he cannot, correct?
Right.
Now, especially with all of your experience here in the county and working in the clerk's office, you're aware that when somebody has a $2 million bond, they can pay only 10% of that, correct?
Yes.
With a bondsman's help. Now, your grandson is a double platinum recording artist, correct?
Correct.
And he lives in a mansion in Frisco, correct?
Correct.
And he has houses in other states, correct?
And I'm not aware of that.
Are you aware of him paying and helping to support other individuals in the family and also extended family?
What this got to do with anything? Lawyers be throwing you off sometimes.
Family and friends.
I'm not into his business like that.
You'd agree with me that your grandson is substantially well off, correct?
He might used to be, but if he could make a $2 million bond, he'd be out.
Would you agree with me, though, that there's a difference between can, want to, and choosing not to?
I'm aware of all of those things, but I know he don't want to be in here, so I know if he could afford it, he'd be out. Plus, he has.
Yo, I'm weak. She like, nigga, you think my grandson want to be in here? Nigga, if he had the bread, he would have been out.
Other bills. He don't just have money laying around.
Sure. Now, Ms. Alexander, you testified that your grandson has significant ties to this community, correct?
Yes.
Born and raised in the greater Dallas area.
Correct.
As far as how much time he spends in the city of Dallas, or more or less Dallas County and the surrounding areas at this point, do you know approximately how much time he spends in the greater Dallas area per month?
What? Yeah, he blowing mine.
Where there's high profile in the state versus Michael Lucky. That was a capital murder case that was in criminal district court number 7, the court that we're in. That was a high profile case. That case involved an NBA player that was initially set by the magistrate in the jail with a probable cause affidavit, where they had knowledge of the facts from what the police said. And that bond was originally set at $500,000.
He like it. He got bond. Yellow Beezy could get bond.
It was later reduced by the court to $100,000 with conditions. Co-defendant in that case, Larry Jenkins, cause number F2076397. This is the same set of facts case where the magistrate with a probable cause affidavit set it for $750,000. Another case in the state of Texas versus Anderson.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Yellow Beezy got a pretty good, like, his lawyer got a good argument here.
And said he overheard this conversation. As far as the bank records go, the only thing in evidence before the court are records that were back in 2020 when they quoted 2 different accounts which accounted for $800,000. You've heard no evidence as to his current financial bank records and what is in there. You only have before you testimony of the defendant's grandmother who told you he cannot make the bond, has not been able to make the bond, he cannot make a $2 million bond. I'll let Mr. Busio.
I mean, listen, man, times is hard, and I already know these rappers be going through because they got to pay for everything, everybody. Couldn't been me, though. I'm telling you, when I get on, I ain't paying for shit. Unless you working and you contributing to something outside of my mom, my sister, my pops, y'all niggas got to work. You know what I mean? Y'all just got to make it happen.
Finish with the other parts of the argument.
Judge, thank you. I'm not going to go back over what Mr. Shook said. What the court has before you is a case that's been investigated for 5 years, and My client, Conway, is a citizen in this community that has no flight.
Exactly. How does this end?
Be very clear, Mr. Conway. But the court also took into consideration the evidence or lack of evidence that the state presented. That was a factor also.
Exactly, because all the state did was just show that weak ass video, okay, but that doesn't show that Yellow Beezy had anything to do with that.
Another concern I had was the financial statement that the defendant was to put on file. He didn't seem to take that very seriously at all. And that causes me a concern about whether or not he's taking seriously the allegations against him. So I am going to set the bond at $750,000 with the bond conditions that were already set. But included on that, I want it to be very clear, Mr. Conway, that you are to have no contact, direct or indirect, no threatening or harassment of any victim, witness, co-defendant. If it's you or anybody on your behalf, there's going to be a problem. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you all can stand.
Yes, ma'am.
Talking to me now. So that's going to be a
She like, all right, now stand up while I'm talking. Yo, judges don't play that shit, yo.
concern. And then I want to make sure that you provide the court with correct information regarding your person of contact, because basically this affidavit seemed to be your way of saying forget y'all. I don't want you up in your mouth. Yeah, seemed to be your way of saying forget y'all. So you need to provide correct, accurate information regarding who is your person of contact should there be any type of problem. I hope that you're taking this seriously. Because
Yellow Beezy got bond. W Yellow Beezy.